What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Az. We are back here with another video update for you guys. I hope you guys are having a fantastic start to your day, and I wanted to kind of bring this update to you guys as soon as I got the information on it. I do want to apologize because last night, or kind of right after the reset, I guess kind of in the mid-afternoon, I did check the data mines, but I didn't actually see anything in the BlueStack game files. So I think what I need to do is I need to update them and just kind of like, sometimes what happens is the files get they kind of stay like the original files and they don't really get updated until later on. But yes, I'll be the first to admit it here. Boyoon and Rage were the first to kind of break the news on this, and that is the confirmation of Gear Tier 21. That is going to be coming here sooner than later here, and hopefully you guys can see the data mines on my screen here. Essentially, it looks like, you know, and actually let me just back up a bit here and kind of explain how these data mines work. So normally, when these data mines go into the game files, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be coming like this week, next week. We've already seen in previous cases now that they've been loading these data mines 2 or 3 weeks in advance. So it makes a lot of sense here. So as you guys can see here, we do have confirmation that at the bottom there, equip any character with Gear Tier 21. Excuse me there. So yeah, that confirms that we will have the ability to able to do that in the basically the next wave, right? The next month, which usually they break up every chapter into week, you know, month 1, month 2, month 3, whatever, hoo-ha. And as you guys can see here clearly, you know, right there, it is the confirmation of Gear Tier 21, which I mean, I think for the most part, it's probably going to be available to a lot of the Krakens, and they might be able to kind of push and buy their way through it. But it does confirm that it is coming sooner than later, and it makes sense actually with, you know, with actually I pointed out to this last week as well here, and I'll pull up the other infographic so you guys can see it. But with regards to the Odin event, we knew that the event was going to be running for about 2 weeks, and then we knew we were going to get a little bit of a refresher or a little break in between. And so that what that means is the next leaderboard event could potentially be a Gear Tier 21 materials access. There might be something in this week's blog, or there could be something in next week's blog, but it truly does confirm where my suspicions were all along when I mentioned before, with the race kind of coming to a close, the race to 110, excuse me, coming to a close kind of around the same time at the start of March, and as well as that Odin leaderboard also coming to a close. It makes sense that they would kind of throw a big hurrah right before they announce their next big hitter, which is going to be the Gear Tier 21, and of course the announcement of Annihilus. Now that's important because even beforehand, with the release of both Odin and with Professor Xavier, they had always given time to the masses, the free-to-play masses, the spenders, the light spenders like myself, and of course the Krakens, a little bit of early access, right, to the materials. Whether it was those X coins that we have with Professor X, or when it was with Odin, we had access to farming some of the ions early on from the nodes, and they were given out as rewards either through the milestones or through the node rewards, and it gave us a little bit of you know, just enough, right, just enough to kind of get our savory glands going so that we could feel a little excited for the event, right? And who knows, they should announce more details. I'm expecting most likely, I think this week is a little bit too quick. I think it's probably looking more like maybe it'll be next week, but I could be wrong here. It could be this week because it is kind of the end of the month as well, so they could announce all that. And we still haven't heard anything from Ryan Jacobson as well. But back to the data mines, as you guys can see here, it not just confirms Gear Tier 21, it also confirms Battleworld is already coming back as well. So this is what leads me to believe there's no way Battleworld's going to be next week. It's usually Battleworld is kind of geared towards the second or third week of the month, and so I'm thinking it'll probably be the second or third week of March that they actually have this Battleworld commencing, and then we can earn points, which means by then Gear Tier 21 will be officially live if everything holds true. Which also means I didn't say anything with regards to Thunderstrike raids, but hopefully that also means that it is coming as well, because yeah, with Annihilus around the corner, how are we supposed to unlock him if we need him for anything like that? So that's kind of all I got for there in terms of the data mine side of things. From the you know, from my perspective now here and what the game plan is, and I'll jump in game so you guys can see here. I mean, yeah, we've got 6 days left on this Odin event, and I mean, we haven't really done too much with it. We've been keeping our energy, but as you guys can see, we're not doing too like. We're not doing like terrible, but yeah, for sure, there's no way I'm going to get into the top 10,000, right? We haven't done anything else, and the only inputs right now are the basically what you get from the Echoes of Abyss, which we already maxed out. And then, of course, as well, if you have Nova Alexander and all these other stuff, then you get extra points. But it mainly comes back to your energy spending. And now keep in mind, they've already had 4, like, is it 4 or 3? I don't know. They've had so many energy back-to-back spending events, and I don't know what they're going to do next. It could be energy, it could be gold, could be cores. I say right now, because of the fact that we don't know, and with gear tier 21 right around the corner, start saving everything. Start saving everything. Gold, cores, everything. Just start saving everything, because we don't know what's coming around the corner, and they have not been friendly to the free-to-play masses, right? They've been actually pretty stringent. As you guys might have seen my video from yesterday with regards to that web offer, it's a big slap in the face, right? It's crazy how they're just gouging us for resources, and then they announce the next gear tier, basically just to rub it in our faces, and it doesn't sit with me well, and I myself am a minimal light spender, so of course I try to get every buck where it's worth my best value, and that deal is very... It's a good deal. I've seen lots of deals in the past here, and that one does sit, in my I've seen what my purchases have been, and for 20 bucks, that's a pretty crazy, outrageous deal. But I'm not gonna be buying it because I'm not supporting these buttholes right now, because they can smell my feet. Like, honestly, these guys are just anyways, that's just my 2 cents here. But I wanted to make sure you guys were aware. The Gear Tier 21 is around the corner, and of course, as well, with everything else going on, we just want to make sure that you guys are ready and geared up and tiered up. And I mean, shout out to all these guys at the top here, because I mean, the Super Whales, the Super Krakens, whatever you want to call them, Orca, Johnny. I never remember the first guy's name, because I forget what it was, and then he just changes it all the time. But as long as these guys are playing and supporting the game, it really doesn't matter what us the little spenders and the little dolphins and the whales do, because these super mega krakens are basically keeping afloat for the game. I mean, look, 5 million points. That's crazy. That's absolute bonkers. So, anyways, guys, that's all I got for this time. I hope this has helped you guys out. Hopefully, it gives you guys an early step to your morning. Hopefully, an early start to start hoarding and saving everything. My initial plan was to level up some of the characters for the champions, but I'm gonna hold off until we see what we can see with regards to the next, with the next leaderboard before I do anything rashful here, because our resources right now are pivotal, and it's good that we need to maximize everything. And I'm so glad that I didn't do anything with the race to 110. I basically leveled 1 or 2 characters up for the arena, and then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna hold off on this. So I'm glad I didn't do anything, and nor do I plan to, because these rewards are absolute crap. Like, all it is you're basically just getting these shinies so you can get diamond orb fragments, but all those diamond orbs fragments are just crap, right? We don't need to have a 4 diamond Star Lord or a 4 diamond Adam Warlock, because if you play the game long enough, you're just gonna get it with time, right? And honestly, it's a waste of money right now. And for anybody that did invest, I don't mean to step on your toes. I do apologize for that. If you guys had the gold and you guys want to invest and you want to push for the diamonds, by all means, it's your account. It's it's your play style. I'm not gonna impose my will on yours. But I do want to say that I for myself, I'm glad I kind of skipped this event. And same with the maxed out event. It was just it was not worth the resources or the time or the investment. It was basically just dripping us and actually stripping us more of our resources, which is too important right now to use for that sort of stuff. So anyways, guys, that's my 2 cents. Hopefully this helped you guys out. It's always been a pleasure, and I will see you guys in the next one.